New York never stops, and neither do we. At the City University of New York, students rise early and stay late, balancing work, family, and the pursuit of their dreams. But our students don't just dream, they deliver. Their hustle sets the beat of our city with a hunger that lets no opportunity go to waste. Employers know this is the talent that powers their businesses. In labs and lecture halls, our faculty are solving the problems of tomorrow, today. They dare their students to imagine what's beyond the classroom, to think bigger and bolder about what's ahead. For generations, CUNY has opened doors to possibility, to progress, to power. This isn't just higher education, it's higher purpose. And together, we move New York forward.
Our first speaker is CUNY Distinguished Professor Kimiko Hahn, a longtime member of the faculty at Queens College and New York State's Poet Laureate. Please welcome to the stage Kimiko Hahn.
Greetings, and you will not be surprised that poets almost immediately go off script. So I'm going to start by saying I am the proud granddaughter of immigrants. So greetings again, and thank you for asking me to share poetry. By way of prefacing my poem, several years ago, I was invited to write a poem about a land trust conservation area and chose Fresh Meadows, Corona Park, near my college campus. All my students would recognize this area, and if you know New York City, chances are you know the old World's Fair grounds near LaGuardia Airport and the adjacent fields and marshes. There are individual communities, and there is the whole that is CUNY. CUNY students know that community, a community, any community, its history and potential is crucial. CUNY students know the power of the arts in bringing together people from different walks of life. My classrooms have included students who are kindergarten teachers, retired firefighters, lawyers, toll attendants, delivery guys, and they all listen and exchange ideas. In the case of my classes, the importance and beauty of words, of how communication sheds light on what we hold urgent. Now for my Corona Park poem. My words were longer than the poem, so don't worry about it. This is an ode in which I speak to the mud. And I start with a quote. Ode to the mud in Corona Park. Quote, walk so silently that the bottoms of your feet become ears. Pauline Oliveros. After all, you persist this late winter to offer history and souvenir. So I walk as a teacher instructed, listening to you with my feet. I hear the slow creak of a glacier, ice sheets breaking stone into terminal moraine. I hear the waters in a glacial lake and rivulets, torrents turning earth to marsh. Then the Lenape hunted, then the Dutch used tufts and twigs for grazing animals. I hear their lowing. I hear muskets. I hear the metal on road and rail. And after the rich enjoyed a quiet green resort, there came dumping. Can you hear the tons of ash? Can you hear the stench and infestation? Can you hear the fur trappers and squatters? I hear them, and the locals collecting firewood. I hear the lawns unrolled for the fair, the vigils and games, the crimes, we can't forget the crimes. Hear the picnic benches and picnickers. Hear the macadam, the gravel. Hear new stampedes, new trains of thought, new embraces, new ardor. The centuries whisper to my feet. Yes, as we walk separately and together, we can listen to the city with our feet. More, we can sit or stand and listen to one another. The magic of light can happen every day. Thank you so much.
Please welcome the chairman of the CUNY Board of Trustees, William C. Thompson, Jr.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. We've got a full house. It's great to see everyone this morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to Hostos Community College for the 2025 State of the University Address. I'm here on behalf of the CUNY Board of Trustees, an incredible group of people that I've had the privilege to lead as chairperson for the past 9 years. I know that I'm joined here today by some of my fellow trustees. I know that our Vice Chair, Sandra Wilkin, is here. Sandra, good morning. Trustee Henry Berger, and yes, I can see now, the lights are down a little bit. Good morning. Trustee Angelo Vivolo. Angelo, good morning. Trustee Myra Linares Garcia, I thought I just saw her come in. There you go. Hey. Faculty Trustee John Berzani. John, good morning. Outgoing Student Trustee Daniel Redden. Daniel, we will definitely miss you. But incoming student trustee, Akeem Pollock. Good morning. Whoa, you are Mr. Popularity. We also have some of our colleagues in government who have joined us this morning. State Senator Luis Sepulveda. I know, Senator, you're here. Good morning. Assemblymember Yudelka Tapia. Yudelka, good morning. Assemblymember Landon Days. Dr. Guillermo Linares. Where are you? Good morning, my friend. Elena Infante, who's the Assistant Secretary for Education in New York State Executive Chamber. Danielle McMullen, the Assistant Secretary for Education in New York State Executive Chamber. William Murphy, the Deputy Commissioner for Higher Education of the State Education Department. Doug Lapari, the Executive Director of the New York City Office of Talent and Workforce Development. A round of applause for all of them also. I would start by saying CUNY has a lot to celebrate. We started this academic year with more reminders that CUNY is unmatched in social mobility. Forbes published a list of 25 colleges with the highest payoff, and CUNY colleges represented 1/3 of the list. Brooklyn College was listed first. And as the school that my parents graduated from a million years ago, I have to say, go Brooklyn College. Then, U.S. News and World Report listed City College as 9th. City? Did I hear somebody say City? Okay. As 9th among national universities for social mobility, while Baruch and Hunter tied for 1st in the northern United States. And the Wall Street Journal's best value ranking included CUNY colleges in the top 7 spots, outshining last year's already impressive performance with 5 colleges in the top 10. We are also incredibly thankful to Governor Hochul for her latest investment in CUNY community colleges through CUNY Reconnect. CUNY Reconnect offers tuition-free associate degrees for eligible adults in high-demand fields at community colleges. This initiative aims to expand access to higher education, strengthen New York's workforce, and provide pathways to good-paying careers for adult learners. We've done a lot of work to uplift New Yorkers by preparing our students for sustainable careers once they graduate. As someone who once served as the president of the old New York City Board of Education, I know how important it is for the city's 2 public education systems to work closely together to guide New York students from cradle to college to career. That's why I'm especially pleased that the Chancellor and his team have focused on expanding the long-term partnership that CUNY has with New York City Public Schools. Together with the public schools, we have been investing in reaching out as early as possible to students to make sure they know that they have a home here at CUNY. I now have the pleasure of introducing you to a student who serves as a great example of the collaborative investment, Malik Royer Cran, a graduate of the Orchard Collegiate Academy in Manhattan, who is currently excelling at Baruch College, where he studies corporate communications. Malik is an incredible student leader who has taken advantage of every opportunity that CUNY has offered him. And even though he's in his senior year, he's already paying it forward by mentoring his peers through the various programs that he's a part of. He is currently in his college's student government, has represented Baruch and CUNY many times, and just this past May, he was recognized by New York One as its New Yorker of the Week. Quite accomplished, quite accomplished. I dare say that we are all very, very proud of Malik. Everyone, please welcome this incredible student, this incredible CUNY student, Malik Royer Cran. Malik.
Wow, I did not realize I had stage fright until this moment right here. But I just want to give everyone a round of applause because I see a lot of beautiful faces in the room right now. So can we give each other a round of applause real quick? But no, seriously, thank you, Chairperson Thompson. Like you, I'm from Brooklyn and have roots in the Caribbean, so it really means a lot to be introduced by you and to see someone with a background like mine leading this incredible university. Good morning, everyone. My name is Malik Royer Cran, and I am a proud first-generation CUNY student. My story, like so many others, starts with family. My mom was born and raised in England with Jamaican roots, and my dad was born in Trinidad and raised in St. Croix. They both took a leap of faith and came to New York hoping to build a better life for their family. And as the oldest, I've always felt that responsibility to succeed, not just for me, but for them, and for the community that helped shape me. When it came to think about college, that dream honestly fell out of reach. The cost of higher education seemed impossible, and I didn't want to put pressure on my family. Then, my cousin Chris told me about CUNY, and specifically Baruch College, where I could study business without putting my family in debt. I see you, President Wu. Shout out Baruch College. While applying, I also learned about the SEEK program, a program that offers academic, emotional, and financial support for students with drive and determination. That's when it clicked. CUNY wasn't just a university, it was the platform that provided me with a community. SEEK became my foundation. It gave me counselors, mentors, and friends who believed in me, sometimes even before I believed in myself. Through SEEK, I was introduced to the Urban Male Leadership Academy, I just want to shout out Sasha and Dr. T real quick. They're the directors of the Urban Male Leadership Academy. The UMLA, which is Urban Male Leadership Academy for short, gave me a brotherhood, a purpose, and a deeper understanding of what it means to lead with service as a young man of color. Because the program took a chance on me, I made it my mission to pay it forward. Today, I serve as the Vice President of Student Affairs within the Baruch Undergraduate Student Government, where I've learned the importance of collaboration, communication, and service. I've also, outside of school, completed 3 internships, 2 externships, and apprenticeship abroad, each of which helped me grow both professionally and personally. Those experiences taught me that leadership isn't just about titles, it's about responsibility, gratitude, and using your voice to uplift others. This past summer, I had the opportunity to intern with Creative Artists Agency, and the opportunity came to me through a Baruch Improv session that was led by a proud CUNY alum. That moment reminded me that how strong the CUNY network is and how it continues to lift others up. I am now set to graduate this May, and my dream is to make a meaningful impact in the entertainment industry by using media, creativity, and advocacy to amplify underrepresented voices and inspire the next generation. Because of CUNY, I've learned that the success is about community and the legacy you build. Being featured in a CUNY ad campaign it happened 2 years ago, but I saw on the train stations the other day. It was truly a full circle moment for me, and standing beside students from all 26 campuses, each with their own story of resilience and pride, it was truly amazing. We all come from different backgrounds, but what connects us is this city, this community, and this shared belief that opportunity belongs to everyone. So I just want to end with my CUNY success story being that it isn't just where I get or where I end up or who I become. It's about how many people I can bring with me in the future. So now, for the main event, leading that bridge of opportunity is someone who truly understands what CUNY means to students like me. May I introduce you all today to Chancellor Felix Matos Rodriguez. Thank you.
And thank you, Malik, for that inspiring introduction. Thank you for sharing your story with such honesty and heart. Your journey reminds us, I want you here. Your journey reminds us all that college isn't just lectures and exams, it's about finding your path and your purpose. It also captures the promise of CUNY as a facilitator of success. We have opened doors for you, but it is your passion, your drive, and your vision that has propelled you forward.
Thank you.
And you are not just a very elegant model in our ads, right? You are a model of what's possible at CUNY. Best of luck.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Thank you also to my friend and distinguished Professor Kimiko Han for your poem, shining a light on our connections to land and community. Thank you, Kimiko, for the creative and intellectual inspiration you bring to CUNY. As New York State's Poet Laureate, you embody the vital role that the arts and humanities play in our university. Let's hear it again for distinguished Professor Kimiko Han. And thanks to the Hunter College Jazz Combo for playing here today. You're a reminder of the amazing musical talent that is coming from our campuses, and you get to hear them again at the reception at the end of the event today. I also want to thank Chair Thompson, for his many years of leadership and dedication to CUNY. You can give the chair a round of applause, yes? And I want to also welcome, they were also introduced by Chair Thompson, all our trustees, and thank you for all the tireless work you do on behalf of our students and our city. So welcome to the trustees and to the board secretary. Great to have you here with us today. I am also extremely thankful to the members of my cabinet and to our college presidents and deans. Your hard work has been critical to everything I will be talking about and celebrating here today. So can I please ask all the members of the cabinet and the president and the deans to stand up and be recognized, please? Stand up, stand up. Thank you. And a special shout out to Senior Vice Chancellor Maite Junco and her team for all the work in putting together this event, the live stream, all the work with CUNY TV. So a shout out to Maite and the entire team. I also know that Chair Thompson recognized them, but I also want to express my gratitude to our elected officials and the members of Governor Hochul's and Mayor Adams' teams who are here with us today. You are crucial partners in all that we do at CUNY. So I want to ask for another round of applause for your support to all the work that we do. And finally, a very special thank you, muchísimas gracias, to the Hostos Community College family and to President Daisy Coco de Filippis for hosting us here today. All right? And Madam President, we started with poetry. I figured you'd be proud. I was president of Hostos for 5 years. So this clearly feels like a homecoming for me. Here, I'm not going to look at the pictures. No, I'm not going to do that. Here at Hostos, I learned so much about leadership, but above all, I was left with a deep belief in CUNY's mission. So I am deeply honored to bring our state-of-the university to this wonderful campus. And I'm delighted that we'll be having today's reception in the historic building next door that will be the new home to Hostos' expanding healthcare career programs. It is also a perfect setting, so symbolic of CUNY's bright future. And thank you. And now that I've gone through all the thanks in the program, welcome again and bienvenidos. This fall marks my 7th academic year as chancellor. Thank you. At the beginning of every new term, I take stock of where we are as a university. This morning, I want to talk about where we're going and how we get there together. Last year, I talked about our strategic roadmap throughout the end of the decade, CUNY Lifting New York. I said we aim for the inclusive, student-centered, and impact-driven university we need to be for our over 240,000 students, as well as for future students and our city. Today, I am pleased to report that we're well on our way to achieving our goals. Let me begin with one of the clear indicators of that progress, and that is our growing enrollment numbers. I am pleased to announce that preliminary fall figures indicate that enrollment across the university has increased 3.6% over a year ago, continuing a 3-year upward trend. And I want to shout out some of the schools showing strong increases. They're preliminary, but strong increases right now. The Newmark Graduate School of Journalism with a 12% increase. City College with a 10% increase, and BMCC, Gutman, and LaGuardia Community College with 9% increase. In total, we expect over 8,000 new students to have joined our university this fall for a combined total of nearly 20,000 since 2022. That is 20,000 more students who now have the chance to transform their lives with the power of a CUNY education. This growth reflects our sustained efforts to reach New Yorkers. We do this in many ways, including through our inspiring advertisement campaign that you now see throughout the city. We're also working to reach the next generation of students before college. We achieved that largely through our deepening partnership with the New York City Public Schools. Thousands of city high school students earn CUNY College credits through enrollment programs thanks to our growing collaboration with Future Ready NYC. This is a city initiative that offers free CUNY courses as well as opportunity to come to our campuses, explore careers, and acquire credentials for 15,000 students at 135 high schools. It's all about making sure the CUNY opportunity reaches every corner of our city. This month, we emailed nearly 70,000 seniors personalized welcome to CUNY letters, each listing the number of CUNY College credits they have already earned and inviting them to apply for free to one of our 19 undergraduate colleges. All seniors who graduate are guaranteed a spot at one of our excellent community colleges. This is the third year CUNY has partnered with the City Public Schools on the welcome letters. This time, to make sure everyone is getting the message, we email the seniors, but we also email their parents and caregivers as well. Our partnership with the New York City Public Schools goes beyond helping students to get into college. It is also about investing in who is at the front of their classrooms. CUNY prepares nearly a third of the city's new teachers every year and enrolls many current K-12 educators in credential programs and courses. Also, CUNY is a go-to place for the NYC Teaching Fellows, the city schools program that recruits career changes into teaching. To address the urgent need to improve reading instruction and outcomes in K-12 schools, we are aligning our teacher preparation programs with the state and city literacy reforms. We're also taking bold steps to integrate computer science and computational thinking into all of our teacher training through the program called CUNY Sight. Just recently, the Center for an Urban Future applauded CUNY's national leadership in preparing a diverse generation of educators to equip New York students with the skills to succeed in college and thrive in the future workforce. All of this momentum, the enrollment gains, the expanded partnerships, and the outreach to high school seniors is about one thing: opening the doors of opportunity wider than ever before. But access alone is not enough. A college degree must lead to a future. And that is why we're building a university that prepares and empowers students to thrive in a changing world. Bridging the gap between education and opportunity through career exploration and student outcomes has been a priority throughout my whole tenure as chancellor. Today, I am pleased to share the significant progress we've all made together. One great success story is our partnership with the New York Jobs CEO Council. This organization includes 27 of the city's largest private sector employers, which are now committed to hiring CUNY graduates. Today, I am proud to announce that in 5 years, these companies have hired nearly 10,000 CUNY graduates. And one of those graduates is MD Maya, who now works at JP Morgan Chase as a financial analyst. MD is a first-generation student who secured this job after 3 internships with the company while studying at City College. He's now earning a master's degree at Baruch, and his goal is to improve financial literacy in marginalized communities. I want to thank JP Morgan Chase CEO, Jamie Dimon, and the Jobs CEO Council's Executive Director, Kirsten Barnett, for giving MD and thousands of other CUNY students the chance to show off their skills and help strengthen our economy. And I believe that MD is in the audience, so I want MD to please stand up and be recognized. MD, right there, over there, yes? Stories like MD's show what's possible when we open doors for all CUNY students. But we know that not all 18-year-olds find their purpose as quickly as MD did, and that many come to college not knowing exactly what they want to study. So our focus now is on ensuring that all of our students have the opportunity to discover career possibilities early, to explore them fully, and to graduate ready for real-world success. That is why today we are launching CUNY Beyond, a bold roadmap to make career exploration and outcomes central to every student's college experience from the day they set foot on a CUNY campus. It is not enough to graduate with a degree. Our students must leave with direction, preparation, experience, and connections. CUNY Beyond starts in the classroom. As it is the case nationally, only a quarter of CUNY students use our amazing campus career services. But all of them go to class, or so we hope, right? So instead of waiting for the students to walk into the Career Center or to go to the next job fair, we are working with our faculty and faculty peer leaders in every discipline to embed career touch points in their classes, in advising and orientation, and in their everyday college experience. We are moving beyond the old notion of career connections as distinct from the academic journey, or something that students don't need to think about until their junior or senior year. This is not just a CUNY challenge. It is a national one. But we at CUNY have an advantage. We know what works. CUNY Beyond builds on the work our colleges have already been doing and the strategies that have been proven successful across our nation. Strategies like exploration from day one, because we know that students who engage in career-infused orientations not only get a jump on career options, but also have a 15% higher graduation rate. Strategies like career-connected learning, which includes integrating work experiences into academic coursework, supporting faculty to call out connections to career competencies in their classes, and recruiting industry professionals to help develop and teach courses. Another strategy is to create more employer partnerships so that more CUNY students have opportunities for paid internships and apprentices, like integrating industry specialists and advisors into academic departments. Students who have those experiences are three times more likely to get a job offer at graduation, and also have a higher beginning pay. And we have also found that 94% of students in departments with industry specialists land jobs related to their major at 3 times the rate of graduates overall. But we cannot do all of these things alone. We're extremely grateful to Robin Hood and Petrie Foundations, 2 of our key philanthropic partners, for providing $3 million to kickstart CUNY Beyond. Yes, thank you, Robin Hood and Petrie. And we are also grateful to national partners, including the Strada Educational Foundation, a leader in helping clear the path between education and work, for championing the need for initiatives like CUNY Beyond. In the weeks ahead, we'll be announcing new partners and launching a new ad campaign, Power Your Business with CUNY, inviting New York companies, large and small, to join the 80,000 businesses that already are recruiting CUNY students. We also know how indispensable our faculty are to making this change happen. That is why we're growing our CUNY Career Success Fellows program. Thank you. So far, 125 fellows across campuses and across disciplines have taken the lead in embedding career-connected learning in their courses, showing the connection between knowledge and skills developed in our classrooms and the indispensable abilities that today's employers demand. Their work will help drive CUNY Beyond, which provides funding to make faculty part of the core team deploying the initiative at each campus. The first wave of CUNY Beyond is being rolled out this year at 4 of our campuses: Lehman, LaGuardia, Hunter, and BMCC. Those 4 schools together serve more than 55,000 undergraduate students. Over the next 5 years, we plan to scale up CUNY Beyond to all our senior and community colleges. We estimate that our 5-year plan will translate into $3.3 billion in future wage growth for our CUNY students. Yes. And a $700 million return on public investment through higher earnings and economic mobility. We also expect CUNY Beyond to establish a comprehensive model that puts CUNY at the forefront of the national conversation about the value of college. This is about more than jobs. It is about belonging in the workforce, belonging in the economy, and belonging in the future of New York City. And I want to give a shout out to our Vice Chancellor for Career Industries and Partnership, Lauren Anderson, for leading our efforts in this work. This national focus on career readiness is part of the broader wave of innovation that is taking shape across CUNY campuses to be at the forefront of preparing students and New Yorkers to learn, work, and lead in an era that is quickly becoming defined by artificial intelligence. Our colleges now have about 120 different activities, initiatives related to AI, from York GPT to City Tech AI Task Force to the Baruch AI Think Tank, and many more that serve both their campuses and their communities. The School of Professional Studies now offers a fully online master's degree in generative AI. And BMCC this year became the first CUNY college to offer an AI certificate program. And our AI research project, housed at the CUNY Graduate Center, and funded by the Simons Foundation, is bringing all of our faculty expertise together to turn our university into a computational science hub. We are hiring new faculty and creating workforce opportunities in this growing industry. And as we build up our programs and welcome more students, we must ensure that our campuses are equipped to serve them. In a few minutes, we'll be stepping right into that future. Last month, along with Mayor Adams, we announced the transformation of the historic former Bronx General Post Office into a new state-of-the-art facility for healthcare professionals here at Hostos. This has been a dream of this campus dating back to my tenure as Hostos president more than a decade ago. The new space will double the college's capacity to train students for New York's thriving healthcare industry and improve access to health services throughout the Bronx. And this month, we reach also a significant milestone in the Spark Kips Bay project that will transform the Brookdale campus into a state-of-the-art life sciences, healthcare, and public health hub. We signed the contracts that clear the way for the New York City Economic Development Corporation to develop the new building for the Hunter College School of Nursing and the CUNY Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy. This important step was made possible by the ongoing support and efforts of the governor's office and the mayor's office. And I want to give a shout out to our Chief Operating Officer, Hector Batista, for his work and leadership in everything related to Spark. We are also continuing to upgrade across the university. Between the last fiscal year and this one, we are investing about $850 million in facilities infrastructure improvements and expect to complete or substantially advance over 100 projects across the entire university. These projects include the installation of solar panels and electric vehicle chargers at City College's main parking lot, a $30 million renovation of the Medgar Evers Athletic Center, and the modernizing of science lecture halls and labs at Roosevelt and Ingersoll Halls at Brooklyn College. These investments speak to CUNY's future. But even as we expand, thank you. But even as we expand opportunity and improve our campuses, we know that higher education doesn't exist in isolation from the world beyond our walls. No conversation about our aspirations can overlook the challenges we face in these times of intensifying political and social division. Across the country, colleges and universities are facing growing political and financial pressure to compromise their core academic, social, and even foundational values. CUNY's mission has always been rooted in the belief that education must remain a space for equal opportunity and for free inquiry, diverse perspectives, and independent thought. And that, my friends, is how we serve the public good. Not by conforming to shifting ideological priorities, but by pursuing knowledge vigorously and preparing students to think critically and engage constructively in a complex world. And by affirming every day our values of equity, dignity, and respect for people of all backgrounds. Thank you. That commitment is reflected in our Constructive Dialogue Initiative, the first to be implemented across the system of higher education in the entire country, which is preparing students and faculty to be better equipped at navigating difficult conversations on our campuses. It is also reflected in the support we are providing to our immigrant communities who remain at the heart of CUNY's identity. We have long been a beacon of opportunity for students from all around the world, helping generations build new lives and contributing to our city's future. Continuing our proud tradition, the newly launched CUNY Immigration Assistance Project delivers rapid response resources and legal guidance to support immigrant students, faculty, and staff as they face increasing legal, financial, and emotional strains. And at the CUNY School of Law, alumni attorneys from the Community Legal Resource Network partner with more than 24 local agencies and organizations and provide free and affordable services to over 2,000 New Yorkers each year. Yep. We also know that concerns about encroachment on academic freedom have intensified over the past year, and many of in our community are understandably anxious. I share those concerns, and I want to reaffirm the central importance of freedom of thought and speech at our university, and that we remain committed to the hard work of fostering safe, a more inclusive and tolerant campus environments. Thank you. Last year, I announced the formation of a Freedom of Expression working group to help guide us through these challenges. I am pleased to report that the group is hard at work, and we hope to have a draft policy, after all the appropriate consultation, ready for consideration for the Board of Trustees in the spring semester. Our commitment to academic freedom extends beyond the classroom. It also means standing firmly behind our scholars and researchers, the thousands of faculty and staff innovators who are driving discovery across CUNY. This year, we launched the CUNY Research Bridge Fund, a vital lifeline for faculty whose critical projects have been disrupted by the federal funding freezes. I want to acknowledge the leadership of our University Provost, Alicia Alvero, in this initiative and the support for our faculty and our researchers. And I also want to acknowledge our colleagues at the Research Foundation of CUNY, who have worked extra hard to continue to support our researchers through the challenges presented by the federal cuts and, as we speak, in the present government shutdown. And make no mistake, our research work, even with all those challenges, is flourishing. CUNY faculty are tackling some of the toughest challenges of our time, from health inequities to climate change to social injustice and technological disruption. At City College, a team led by Professor Lucas Parra, who is also affiliated with the CUNY Graduate Center, is working with colleagues at Memorial Sloan Kettering and have developed a groundbreaking AI model that can detect breast cancer in MRI images and pinpoint the location of tumors. Their innovation outperforms existed automated tools. And, I love this, in the best tradition of CUNY research, the team has made that model public to expand access and advance equity in healthcare. Queens College, Dr. Natalie Bomb-Vena's environmental justice research is helping reduce air pollution from aviation, mitigate groundwater flooding that threatens homes and businesses, and expand access to green spaces. The CUNY School of Public Health has created an unprecedented global platform called Firefly Innovations, bringing together nearly 9,000 public health professionals from around the world to drive innovation and create healthier and more resilient communities. And just next door, at Bronx Community College, nearly $6 million in funding from the National Science Foundation and the State Education Department has transformed the campus into a vibrant hub of research and innovation. Students are now co-authoring peer-reviewed studies, studying abroad, and interning in places like NASA. As you can see, you can clap to that, yes? As you can see, New Yorkers directly benefit from the research and the public education projects housed in our campuses, which are part of CUNY's impact and the lasting imprint we continue to leave in our city. And we have much to be proud of. In every corner of our university, our students, faculty, and alumni consistently show us what's possible through talent, determination, and opportunity. We are privileged to be the home of Stephanie Pacheco, the National Youth Poet Laureate and a BMCC student. Yes, as well as distinguished Professor Kimiko Han, who's New York State Poet Laureate and whose moving poem we heard earlier. We are inspired by Anicia Glasgow, a Queensboro Community College student who was paralyzed in a random shooting and rallied to make the U.S. women's wheelchair basketball team at last summer's World University Games in Germany. We are in awe of Bronx Community College physics professor Eugene Mananga, who was honored in January with the Presidential Award for STEM Mentoring. An immigrant from Cameroon, he earned degrees from City College, Hunter College, the CUNY Graduate Center, and now mentors the next generation of scientists. We are moved by the path taken by our alumni, like Cristina Jimenez Moreta, who published her memoir this year chronicling her journey from an undocumented immigrant from Ecuador to an undergraduate student leader at Queens College to a national advocate for immigrant rights. She is now a distinguished lecturer at City College. And we are also proud of the more than 40 current local, state, and federal elected officials who are CUNY graduates, including our very own New York State Attorney General, Letitia James. Many of you have heard me in the past talk with pride about CUNY having not just a social mobility impact and responsibility, but also a civic mobility one. We are honored that our campuses serve as hubs of civic and community life across the 5 boroughs. Macaulay Honors College, for example, partners with Design for America to host the Civic Futures Lab Fellowship that prepares students to become civic and social innovation leaders. During last month's United Nations General Assembly, several of our colleges hosted international dignitaries. The College of Staten Island, for example, welcomed the President of Sri Lanka, before an audience of hundreds. Last week's mayoral debate was broadcast from LaGuardia Community College and co-hosted by the Craig Newmark Graduate School of Journalism and John Jay College. This week, 10 of our campuses are serving as early voting sites. And many nights, CUNY theaters, like this one, are welcoming performers from near and far to their stages. And, hey, when Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny, when Bad Bunny was looking for a location to film his hit video, Nueva York, where did he go? You bet. He chose the Bronx Community College campus, right? Who knows where he might go to rehearse his Super Bowl show, right? Maybe right here in the Bronx. The individual successes of our community members illustrate the creativity, scholarly achievement, and perseverance that continue to shine at CUNY. And they reflect the indispensable role our college communities play in elevating New York. You don't have to look far to see how deeply woven CUNY is into the fabric of the city. Just ride the subway. This month, 23rd Street Baruch College became the 7th MTA subway station named after a CUNY college, so we have many more subway stops to go in the naming, right? And that is so fitting because we are a university that doesn't stand still. We are a university whose greatest strength has always been its people, nuestra gente. So, as we look ahead, I want to thank each of you, our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and partners for the part you play in moving this university forward. It is you and your work who will shape the future of CUNY and the future of New York. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Thank you. 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 Thank you.